Welcome back to my Central Virginia garden, and today it is overcast. We've had a big amount of rain overnight and through most of today. So I'm actually up on the porch, and I'm doubled up in some extra layers because it is chillier than it has been. Well, what I'm going to do today, you can indeed garden on a rainy day. I'm just going to pot up my tomatoes. Easy to do. It's a little bit overdue. I should have done this probably about a week ago, but better late than never. I'm not going to put my tomatoes in the ground, at least until May 1st. So the first ones I'm going to pot up are just my sauce pat. These tomatoes are Virginia Select Roma tomatoes, and they are doing just great as they are, but they're a little bit crowded, see. So I want a total of about 18 plants for my sauce patch, and that should give me plenty of sauce and plenty of canned tomatoes and salsa and everything else that I like. So I'm just going to take these and pot them up. They're growing really well. They were planted on, I believe, about March 15th, and they've been growing on. They're starting to get their second set of leaves, so that means they're doing well. Sage was very nice. Sage is behind the camera at the moment. Sage was very nice to make me tea. So this is a pretty easy process. I'm going to use just all-purpose potting mix. These were planted into seed starting mix, but the seeds have hatched, have germinated, and the plants are growing. So regular potting mix is fine, just all-purpose. I will wash them in with a fertilizer, greatly diluted, and I'm going to end up, I hope, with 18 of the little Roma tomatoes for sauce.
What are Roma tomatoes?
Roma tomatoes are a great determinate variety. That means they all come ripe at the same time. So you get lots and lots of harvest over about a 3-week period, and you get lots and lots of tomatoes. And Roma tomatoes are all at once. So if you're making sauce, you want to be able to have lots and lots and lots of tomatoes all at once. So you can make nice big batches. So a Roma tomato is a kind of a plum shape, and it's very meaty. So it's really good when it cooks down. It gets really nice. You get a nice amount of thick, dense, rich, lovely sauce. That's what a Roma tomato is. These are actually Virginia Select, which is a special variety that is carried. It was developed here in Virginia and is carried by the Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, which is also located here in Virginia. So what I'm just doing is taking my labels, because I'm famous for mislabeling things. So I've learned the hard way over the years to just make your labels first and get them on the pots. I'm just going to start by filling the containers up about halfway maybe with the potting soil. So you can see that each of there are 6 cells in here, and most of them have more than 2 tomatoes on them. So there are a couple of ways that you can get them out of the cells. You can gently turn them out, but you don't want to mess with the stems too much. In this case, I'm just going to break it apart very gently and carefully. This is clearly the strongest one here, so it's definitely going to get replanted. These are just going into their own and a little bit larger pots. Plant them deep. They're going to be happier in their own single pots. It'll give their root mass more. Oh, I'm bopping up and down. Okay, so there's one. Now I'm just going to take these 2. Now this one is the smallest and the weakest. So I might actually just, sad as it is, say goodbye to that one or plant it just randomly. Right. Plant your tomatoes as high up, plant them deep, because all along that stem, it's going to develop roots. And what our goal here is to develop plants that have really nice root systems before they go into the ground. So you really want to be careful not to damage the roots and not to damage the stem. So if you can grab them by their first leaves and not their true leaves, that's really the best way to handle them. All right, so we'll just give these little guys a drink of some diluted liquid fertilizer. You want to make sure that you don't give them the full strength fertilizer. It'll burn them up. So just dilute it make it about 1/4 strength. And they'll get a drink of that, continue to get a drink of that about once a week, or maybe a little bit more as they get older. So I'm going to go and finish potting up the rest of these tomatoes, I've got a bunch to do, and get them on their growing, continue to grow and get them on their journey. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your garden's growing well. Take care. Bye. Sage does not exist. He's not really real, but he did make me a very nice tea. And it is green tea, which I don't love, but I'm trying to behave and eat it, drink it.